Alright, what is up everybody? This is Galactic Escape. This is by Tem Studios, the same group that does Prison Escape and Agent Escape 2 OG classics. Now this one is a little bit on the same lines in terms of its, economy and that type of thing. I'm going to tell you what I know about the map. I've been playing it maybe for something like 4 hours. We'll have a quick browse through everything. Bonus shop has the V-Bucks pack. The Prestige is coming soon. What is this? Cosmetics. So we've got some cosmetics. Now, you can change these titles based on, see down on the bottom left-hand side, level 64. So Jedi Knight. So that basically just unlocks that. So I've unlocked that. Once I get up to 75, I can unlock that. So that's just a little sort of like cosmetic tag. Looks like you can do these as well. Let's see what this is. Sith Adept. I guess it's just like a Sith title. So if we go back, yeah, there we go. So Sith Acolyte, that sounds cool. We'll go with that. We go to upgrades. Maybe we'll talk about that last. Perk upgrades, I don't really know too much about, to be honest, but these are basically perks that you get within the map. Like, when you complete a room, you may get one of these perks as an option, and then basically we can upgrade these. If we don't have any, if we go across. So what abilities? Okay, we got abilities and perks. So I've seen this pop up. Lightsaber ability. I think you have to be carrying a lightsaber, I believe, for that to work. Kill teammates. Never used that before. Call reinforcements. That is, yeah, you can get a stormtrooper that kind of follows you around and does a little bit of damage. Not too bad. Okay, so lightsaber, I haven't done any of these. Instant reload, bonus health and bonus shield's actually really good. It increases your max health and shield by 25, and I'm pretty sure it fully heals it. So if your, health is on 67, and you have 100 health normally, if you activate that, I'm pretty sure you just go straight to 125. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty certain on that. So that's pretty powerful. Health upgrades. Now, this is interesting. It's pretty cool UI. You can, scroll across here. If they're yellow, that means you have enough money to be able to upgrade them. So, see, that's gray for the speed. 50 million for speed, and it only goes up by 0.05. That's pretty crazy. Not a fan of that. Even if it was 5 million, I'm not a fan of that. Maybe if it was 1 million, because, 0.05 speed, are you really going to notice that at all? So for that to be, unattainable for probably, 5 hours of gameplay, to get 0.05 speed, not good. Health, it's, I think the price is reasonable for health. For regen, it's quite cheap to get up to 1 per second, so I'd recommend that. Same with shield and shield regen. Damage, on the other hand, just like Prison Escape and Agent Escape, every upgrade, rather than, it's showing a multiplier on those games, it just has levels like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to, whatever, 7,000 or whatever. So it's, you get 0.01 damage per level. So for me to upgrade from 0.01 damage, it's going to cost me over 900k. So that's expensive, and not a huge fan of that with its balance with the economy of the game. We'll talk about that last. Weapon shop. So if you click info, it actually shows you what unlocks. So that's actually really good. Price-wise, they're all fairly reasonable. I have been mainly running something. So if we scroll across to the side here, you can unlock MISC. I think if you unlock it, I don't know what it costs. I think it was like 7 million. And I think I was able to unlock that after my first full run. It took me an hour and 40 something minutes to complete my first run solo. Did some upgrades, got the what's it called here? The minigun, and then finished it in like 40 minutes. Then ran it with a friend. And actually, we were running 2 miniguns each, and we were able to do it in 27 minutes or something like that. And that's with that pretty low damage. But yeah, if we look here, We've got arc lightning and the lead spitter. People say that wrong. They say lead, they say splitter. It's lead spitter. It spits lead. And yeah, I'm not sure what this one is. Some of them are sort of like unique Star Wars weapons. But yeah, I would strongly recommend unlocking this first because I think running 2 miniguns is kind of the meta right now, early game. I've unlocked explosives. Now, because the damage is so expensive, explosives are not actually that handy because you need some pretty big damage for them to be useful. But I'm probably going to be saving up for, probably for the grenade launcher. But then again, I don't think it's going to be that handy with the low damage. I think the minigun is going to be way better. Snipers, if we have a quick look there. Unfortunately, no hunting rifle, or at least I don't see it. I would have gone for the hunting rifle if they had that because that does some pretty good damage. We go over to the lightsaber crafting. Now, I don't know a whole heap about this, but as you can see on the right-hand side of the screen, I've got those components. I think they call them, I don't know, microchips. I don't know what they call the rest of them, but you use those to craft your lightsaber. So I haven't done it. I'm going to sort of, wait till I sort of figure it out. But let's just select this, for example. So to be able to craft this, you need 10 of these, 5 of these. You need a green gem and 1 million of this currency. Then you can craft it, and then I suppose you can start to, boost its abilities. Not too sure. We'll have to revisit that, but that's interesting. One of the big things I want to talk about is the money upgrades. So if we have a look here, there's only the Death Star mission. We'll talk about that later. But basically, these 5 ones in the white here, this is for room 1 to 5, room 6 to 10, 11 to 15. This one here is for rooms, have I got that right? 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15. Then this one is 16 to 25. No, 16 to, yes, I think this is 16 to 25. And this is for rooms 26 to 30. I believe that's wrong. Maybe I got these off by 1 room or something, but I think that's, I think that's correct. So when you first play the game, I'd suggest, try and grind through if you can, because if you get up to this enemy, all of a sudden you're getting 75k. I've only upgraded this a few times, as you can see. It's gone from 75 to 78k. I've only upgraded this once. This was like 5k. If we have a look here at these like purple ones, this one here, as well as these ones, I think they should actually move that onto this second page here, because these are all bosses. So this one, you get 950k right at the end. So that's pretty good. Even this one here, you should be able to reach this one fairly comfortably on your very first run, and that will give you 19k, which is some significant money on your very first run. But it's kind of unfortunate, but if you have a look here, if we have a look at sort of like the cost to reward ratio, just like I did with Prison Escape and Agent Escape and a lot of other games, to figure out what the best value for money is. Because unfortunately, a lot of games, they are not balanced. Like Super Escape, for example, that is balanced. Whereas, the first bunch of levels, each room you're progressively getting more money and that type of thing. And you almost don't need to worry about the currency. But with these games, unfortunately, they are not really balanced. So, you invest $1 million and you're getting 335,000 back per elimination. And see, so like, what's that? Like a 1 to 3 ratio, more or less. But if you look at this, it's like 1 to 12 ratio. And this is even more, this is even worse. And this is like, whatever. Maybe this one is not so bad. What is that? That's about a 1 to 4 ratio, a little bit better. So this is probably the second best one to upgrade out of the lot. Yeah, what I've been doing, because it's going to take a little while to get up to these guys all the time, is just farming this guy because it makes total sense. Now, I even counted the amount of the particular enemies, and I've got them written down, but there's not such a huge disparity between the different enemies that one is like super, value for money over the other. Like, even though, say, this one might have 10 more enemies out of the 5 rooms that this enemy is in, that doesn't offset the difference in the cost, if that makes sense. So farming the first 5 rooms for this one, that's what I'd do. I'd go farm the first 5 rooms, come back, upgrade this, do it over and over again, maybe put a little bit into damage, but yeah, just rinse and repeat. So yeah, I think this needs some balancing, some rebalancing. If this was to be left alone, these definitely need to be buffed. Like with every time you purchase an upgrade, the price should increase a lot more significantly. Because if I click that, it's going to go to like 10.5k. All right, let's just do it. Let's just see. 10.55, pretty good guess. So yeah, it's doesn't provide good value for money. And also, not only that, you can actually farm those first 5 rooms in like 1 minute. Whereas if you were to do the first 10 rooms, it might take you like 4 minutes or something like that. So you're doing those, rooms 6 to 10 or whatever, and it's taking you 4 more minutes, and it's worse value for money. So there's absolutely, unless you want to run the whole map, there's no value in upgrading anything but this, to be honest. So that really needs to get addressed. All right, let's look at something else. We've got, we can get changed over there. We've got an AFK area here, and we've got our leaderboard here. We've got Flava, Jaxo. You can sit there, you can put on music, and they've got the, Star Wars theme music. We might have to stop that for copyright purposes. Well, it just keeps playing. There we go. Yeah, and AFK area, it's just like Prison Escape in that it's not powerful. I mean, I don't like AFK areas which are overpowered. I mean, it's good for me because I can take advantage of it, but it's not good for the game if AFK is too relied on. But yeah, as you can see, 34,000 to upgrade to receive 27. So how many seconds do you need to offset that amount? It's absolutely not worth it. But yeah, you can sit in here and get some XP, I guess, but yeah, that is totally not worth it. But playing the game is. So what I think is going to happen, because on those tabs there's like Death Star mission and that type of thing. So if we come into here, I got a feeling that each of these are eventually going to unlock over time, and they're essentially going to be different maps, which is a brilliant concept. I mean, you see there, is that the Death Star? I don't know. I'm not that big of a Star Wars fan, but yeah, it does look pretty cool. But yeah, how good is that going to be as a concept to have like multiple portals into different rooms? Like, this map could offer potentially years of entertainment. So anyway, we'll jump into the map. I'll just run the first 5 rooms. So you see that traveling to Death Star. So we're in here, and we've got like this session leaderboard. So yeah, that's that time that I got. I've only done 3 completions because I've been farming the first 5 rooms. So we don't get our weapon until we go up to here, and unfortunately, these weapons are not the best. If you were to re-roll, if you want to get something else, you can actually drop that. I'm pretty certain that's not going to respawn. You can come back here. It takes time. Return to lobby. Let me go here, and that weapon should still be there. But because my damage is good enough that I can comfortably, do these 5 rooms with any weapon, it's not a concern. But if you want to run the full map, I'd recommend probably getting some weapons you're comfortable with first. But yeah, let's see. I will grab this bad boy. So yeah, as you can see, I'm getting 335k, and then your room rewards pop up on the left hand side. So if you are to go into that next room, that would disappear, but then you can just go back into the room and you can still get them. So we'll see what we can get. See, we've got that ability there. Rocket launcher, it doesn't do much damage, obviously, because my damage is not very high. But yeah, just as an example, 155, it's not too bad. But yeah, if I get the minigun here, it just makes life so much easier. Got this this shotgun. This shotgun. Tell me if I'm wrong. This enemy, it kind of looks like Clavicular. If any of you guys know who that is. This weapon does some pretty good damage. Super slow though. Oh my god. Oh my god. There we go. We got a damage buff, which I don't know how good it is. It's not like 2x damage. I don't know. It's like 1.25 or something. I'd have to sort of have a look at the figures to figure it out. But yeah, if you got the minigun, like, doing this is just so much easier. But in general, the map itself is very good, I would say. It's just, yeah, the economy, the sort of like damage upgrades and everything like that. Here we go, we've got our minigun. Yeah, the economy damage upgrades, not that great. But yeah, the map itself, like, have a look around here. You got whatever this is called. Yeah, it looks really good. So this is the 5th room. I'm going to want to sort of survive here. And they do, you know, hit reasonably hard. In this room, we've got this, you know, like a mock turret kind of thing there that will shoot at you. So you've got to be aware of that. But yeah, all in all, I think this map's really good. It's got a lot of potential. I think, yeah, the economy just needs to be rejigged, and I think it's going to be a great map, because I don't find myself wanting to grind it if it's only the first enemy that's worth upgrading. Like, something's lacking, and I don't know what's going to happen with the rebirth system, how that's going to, you know, play out. Like, if everything resets, I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you in the next one.